Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today I'm doing number 3 in the series of 6. This one is a turtle coaster. The turtle is shiny, the rest is matte. So we're going to try this one. Hopefully it will not need top coated for the bubbles that I ended up getting yesterday. If you didn't see that video yesterday, go check it out. It was the seahorse one. I'm going to do this one again. I did it twice yesterday. Today I'm doing a glitter. I picked Mia's Mermaid. This is a blue and purple chunky mix. It is gorgeous. When Mia was here quite a long time ago, she put these two colors together in a project and I'm like, that is a gorgeous mix. So I made up a mix and I named it after her. For the background of this one, I'm using the Bianca Pores Merkaba. Remember, I just got... Whoops, it's leaking. I just got a discount code for this brand. So make sure you utilize it. Go to her website. She's got so many gorgeous colors, pigments, a lot of mica powders though. But this one is pretty dark. This one is more black than dark blue. So I'm going to throw some interference blue in it and see if that will lighten it up. But before that, I'm going to get the turtle painted on with sushi roll today. So sushi roll is like a tealish, greenish when it's backed in black. But it's pretty close when it's not backed in black as well. So let me grab my brush, which I don't see, and I will start painting that before we get some resin mixed up. See, I got some powder in there that I need to get off. I don't know why I do this. I did this one twice yesterday. One was with a mica powder, actually in this brand in blue, coupled with Marabou ink, the rainbow glitter, and I also did it with a ink drop. So go check those out. Let me grab a brush and I can't find it, so let me go grab it. The way I've been doing these, and they do take time, I've been brushing it on with alcohol on my brush and then dipping it into the powder, and it seems to brush on nicely that way. I do still have cleanup, but it's not quite as much cleanup as I would have if I just brushed it on dry. So I'm not sure if this brush is going to work. It's a tinier one than I had yesterday, but it looks a little thicker. I'm just gonna, what am I gonna do here? I'm going to try to stay in the lines of the shiny parts, I think. Did I not get any powder on here? And it goes on really well, but it takes me some time. It takes me a long time to clean. So I do fast forward you through the process, but that's all I do is just dip it in alcohol. Sometimes I'll do 2 coats if it doesn't look like it covered that great. And then I'm going to go through with these little pointy cotton swabs and I'm going to clean the best that I can in all those little areas. So that's what I'll do. Enjoy the little bit of music. It shouldn't be too long. I'll try to make it go quite quickly for you. And then, yeah, most of this one will be cleaning because I see he has a lot of spots in between the shiny parts that I kind of want to keep dull and see what happens. In the end, yesterday I ended up top coating the whole coaster because of some bubbles, but the bubbles ended up being trapped inside the resin, so they weren't going to go away. So I'm hoping, I'm going to use my normal epoxy today, not my 4-hour, because that's what I used yesterday was the 4-hour fast cure. So I'm just going to use the normal epoxy. That way it doesn't, it's not too thick and it won't get those bubbles that I think that's what happened. I caused it with the heat mat, and then the matte part ended up creating the bubbles, which thank God it was Sea Life, because we can get away with it more in the Sea Life than you can without the Sea Life. But nonetheless, I still don't like bubbles in my stuff, but I let that one slide. Oops. Why isn't this one? This one is really light to see, so it looks like I'm not putting anything on, but I actually am. But there's a little chunk right there. that I might use right here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get you fast forward. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. It's not too difficult. Most of you know how to do this. If you're new, it's pretty simple. Just give it a try. I just want that a little bit more alcohol on there, I think, to turn it more into a paint. Just play around with your ratios. You can dab the alcohol off on a paper towel if you don't like it. This one's gonna be really, maybe I'll try a Q-tip here for those little spots. Let's put some on here. I'm not sure if it'll work or not. I can't really tell. It's so hard to see this color. And I don't really want to pour this out because I won't get it back in my little baggie here. It's just a sample. You can get these samples right on iCandy's website. And I purchased the whole kit of all their color changing chameleon powders. And the discount code is also on the screen, so you can get iCandy's stuff at a discount as well. So isn't this cool that all these places are allowing me discount codes for you guys? Who would have ever guessed? Yeah, this is actually working too. But again, it's not staying directly in those little lines because everything is so much bigger than this. This little Q-tip top. All right, now you're gonna go on a little bit of a fast forward.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage. Colors are loud like they're breaking the cage. Sparkles explode in a radiant haze, crafting a masterpiece that's gonna amaze. Glitz and glitter lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in gold with a stroke of flair, diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and gold with a stroke of flair, diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and glitter lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Each beat a story, each stroke a scream, turning scraps of nothing into a dream. Life's a canvas and I'm gonna paint, making chaos shine without restraint. Glitz and glitter lighting up the night.
I mixed up 8 ounces. This should be exactly what I need today. I'm pretty sure that that tray was 4. And I'll do about 3 in there. So I'm gonna do, let's do 3 and 6, just in case. I'm going to pour a little bit in the cup as I'm trying to get in the good habit of doing this for you guys. Really for your sake and for mine, because sometimes I do screw up and not mix well. So here is this beautiful color. It looks navy, but it is very dark. That's why I wanted to put a little bit of the interference in there, just to make that gold and green pop on the turtle. Now, if you poured it in one color, you would do fine too, because you would still see the turtle, because the turtle's gonna be shiny either way. So you don't have to feel like you have to paint that. I know a lot of people have trouble with their hands or whatever and they can't paint that. You can just pour these in colors and that turtle's gonna stand out beautifully because it's shiny and the rest of it will be dull, or matte, I should say. Look at that. It is so pretty. It is so beautiful. Dark navy. If you need a color, that's the one. And then we're gonna do, I'll better turn this over. Do a little bit of interference and see what that brings us. I don't know. I'm just trying it. It gave us a beautiful blue sheen. I just lightened up. It's still navy, but I just lightened it up a little bit. Because I didn't really want a black dark coaster because under the matte part, I think it would look more black than it would navy. But if it was shiny, I think we would have seen the true color. So that's a little bit better. I think I'm going to put just a tiny bit more. And then we'll add our resin to this. This way it's all stirred up and there's no mica powder that's going to sink or float or ruin our project in the end. So I'm just going to try to keep remembering to take the extra time to remix in another cup. It takes quite a while to change bad habits, doesn't it? I'm just going to keep pouring this until I get to like maybe 4.5 ounces in the other cup left. I'm going to add some Elmer's glue, the clear glue, to my glitter. So if you're new to the channel or new to resin, we add glue. Daniel Cooper figured it out. If you add PVA glue to your resin, it will thicken it up. You can suspend your glitter another ounce without the glitter sinking in your resin, because especially chunky glitters are going to sink and you're going to have a lot of clear and then a massive amount of glitter at the bottom or top of whatever you're making. Okay, so there's 4.5 in there, 3.5 in here. Let me grab paper towels for these to sit on so I can move them out of the way just in case I end up with extras. Oh, I see a spot I need to clean. Thought I got it all, but it does move when you move it. I think I got it. Okay. And then I need a paper towel. I just do this so I can slide these across my table, because if I end up with extras, I need to move them aside. And they slide much better with a piece of paper underneath or a paper towel underneath. Okay, so this one, let's just pour this. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to pour this. I need to put this through the vacuum chamber. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm so excited to pour it, I guess. Okay, let's get this one mixed in. And I'm going to dump a ton of glitter in here. And I basically go by what the stick looks like. And if I could still see a lot of clear resin on my stick with glitter, and I want it completely glittered, then I just keep adding some glitter. Yeah, I could see a lot of resin on that stick. So we're going to keep dumping. Isn't that pretty? That blue and the purple together. So I have these colors separately in my store. And then I just made the glitter mix. It's still a little bit light. I think that should do it. I'm going to use up my whole jar here. That looks good. I generally go by, I don't know, I just figured this out for myself. Nobody told me, but I do 1 drop per ounce of resin to glue. So I'm going to do 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. But when you mix it, it's going to turn to like a gel-like consistency. And you can still put it through your vacuum chamber, no problem. It will bubble a lot, so I think I'm going to grab another cup so I don't have to sit there and release pressure forever. If your vacuum chamber is going to bubble over, just release the red handle if you have one like mine. Just a little tiny bit. Don't turn your machine off. Just release the handle just a little tiny bit until it goes back down. And just keep doing that until it implodes on itself. Once it implodes on itself, then maybe mix it or debubble it for another 30 seconds to 1 minute. And you should have them all out. It'll always look like there's bubbles in there, but once you release all that pressure, they'll all come out and you'll see that it's clear.
Glitz and glitter lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright, rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in gold with a stroke of flare, diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell.
As you saw, I had to release pressure a lot between the glue and the glitter. It was never going to stop bubbling, so that's what you have to do. Eventually, you just have to call it and turn it off. I am going to spray this one only because of the glue and the glitter. It's very thick, and it might need that little bit of help to stop any bubbles from forming along that edge. I'm just going to get that down in these cracks and crevices. This should be really pretty. You could use this as a trinket tray or a soap dish, whatever you want, because it kind of fits both descriptions. Just make sure you're like opening and closing it so it kind of gets in all those little crevices in there. Now, I did add a lot of glitter, so I'm most likely going to have quite a lot extra because of the amount of glitter I put in here. Plus, I think I mixed an extra ½ ounce of resin. And now this one. I'm not going to dome this one because it's a hand-cut mold. And I don't have a precision hand to cut like that. Nobody does when you have handmade molds. So don't dome them. You're going to have even extra trimming to do. I'm just going to spritz the top of that with some alcohol. I have some left. I think I can go a little bit higher. And that's about it. We'll use this on something else. Something that will show that beautiful glitter. This one I am not going to spray because I don't want to spray over that, but people say you can spray over it. I'm just going to pour around the edges. I'm going to go in with the dotting tool or this little tool I have here. That is a really pretty color that we created. Just in case some bubbles got lodged in this 90-degree angle. We're just going to coax them out of there. And then fill it up. Easy pour today. Again, I'm not going to dome this one. I think I put in, what, 3 ounces in this one? I have a little bit left, so we are going to have a few little extras today. Spritz that, spritz that. That should be good. Oh, I can't wait to see that. Let me see. It's already starting to pull to the center. Mica does what Mica wants, right? Let me see if those little bubbles will come out. Oh, that's a big flame coming out of this thing. I just bought this at the Dollar Tree today. I'm like, let me check that little thing. And it definitely gives you a flame. All right, let's move this one. This one's got a bunch of bubbles on the back, but again, it's the back. It's not a big deal. But we'll take them out anyway. All right, let me go find a couple of molds. I don't have a ton here, but we'll find something. Let's do this little butterfly and my favorite flower in the blue one. I'm just gonna spritz them a little bit. Make sure the flower gets full before I put it in the butterfly. The butterfly, I don't care if it really fills up because I don't usually fill it up anyway. I just put magnets on them. You can actually use it as a keychain too if you want to drill a hole in there. It's really pretty when it comes out. It's a matte mold, but man, is it gorgeous with all the flowers, and then I add rhinestones inside those flowers. It's really, really pretty. You're going to find out today because I'm pouring one. Just going to go into all these little crevices for the flowers. Hopefully we get no bubbles. You really can't tell if there are any anyway because there's so many petals on them. I'm not going to fill it up. I'll just pour it into something else. That's about all. Maybe 3/4 to a half. That's all I want in there. I'll grab another little flower here and hopefully we can fill the rest of it in there. Get it on. I don't know if this is a carnation or something, but all those little ruffly feathers definitely need a tap in there. I've had really good luck with these molds so far. I haven't gotten any really bubbles to speak of. Okay, that's it. I'm just going to scrape out the rest and stick it in here anyway, so I don't have to make a million little tiny gem pieces. And then I gotta find something to show off that glitter that I have. I don't want to put it in something we're not gonna see the glitter in. Okay, I'm just gonna spritz those, push them aside, and go grab a mold. Let's do a couple of pocket hugs. I haven't done any of these yet. I actually bought this mold 2 days before some more came in Happy Mail, so that was funny. So the one I purchased came with the little papers that you put them on and the little bags that you put them in. So at least I have some of those now I can attach them to. I've never made pocket hugs forever. Never. I've only been doing resin like 2.5 years and I've never made one. Oh, that's all we're going to get out of it. Let me grab another little heart pendant here. And we'll get one of those. And that'll be it for this. You can even make this into a little pocket hug. Oops. I don't have much left. I will stick this in my extras mold. That way we can still continue to fill that up even though I'm scraping everything with everything else. I'm still gonna use that when I can. Okay, so let's cure and then we'll demold. Time to unmold everything. So excited. I always love this part of the video. Here's the little flowers. Gorgeous as usual. I have Don making me a mold of this one right now as we speak, so I can always have that shiny like that. And here's the other one. That color came out nice. There's like one little hole right there. It's perfect to put like on a pendant. Maybe I will, since there's like a perfect size hole right there. That didn't come in this, did it? It did come in there. There is a hole maker right there. I didn't even know it. So I've been making magnets. This is now going to be a pendant. I had no idea until I saw the perfectly hole. Oh, look at that. Oh, it picked up some of the purple that was in there from last time. That's okay. That's pretty. Looks good. Let me move these. Move this. Here are the hearts. Oh, that is so pretty. I'll probably make a pendant out of this one. It's the perfect size. And then the pocket hug hearts. Look at that. Nice and shiny and smooth. And they came with these. I bought these off Amazon. They gave you glue dots. They gave you the little package, little card they go on. There's 1, 2, and they also gave you these cute little mesh bags to put them in. So we'll do 2. So I wonder if I want to do anything to them. I don't think so. There's really not a whole lot I could do. Maybe put a little shiny spot on there, but I don't know. We'll just leave them. So the glue dots, which I've never used before, do you just put it on and then pull this off? Oh, look at that. Worked perfect. Like it was meant to be. And that goes on there. And this goes in here. Look how easy that is. And you don't even have to make up all your little cards. You could just buy them already done. And then we'll put this one on. These are the little dots so many of you wanted or suggested to use for my little mica powders on the packages. But I had already used my E6000 on those packages, and it worked like a charm, but these probably would have worked as well. So those are done. Look at that, easy peasy. Somebody might have these in their Happy Mail from me. All right, let me move this aside. We'll do these later. Let's do this one first. I'm anxious to see. Oh, that looks good. I could have done a better job painting it on, but you know what? Look, I got those bubbles again. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because I'm using the heat mat. I wonder if that's why. Huh. I think what I'm gonna do, I shouldn't be using the heat mat, I don't think. Because I don't think they're in these. I don't see anything in my mold. That, maybe I will put, I'm not crazy about how well I painted. I said it was a little hard to see. I might put tack-it glue on this, let it dry, repaint the powder on there, and then do a flood coat like I did yesterday to save it. But I don't know, I'm not crazy about those bubbles. Maybe I won't go through all that trouble. But I guess it's worth the try. These bubbles just won't fill in with the top coat. They didn't yesterday. All right, let's do this one. That's weird that happened because it didn't happen on my first one that I did, the tree one. So it's something that I'm doing, that or I didn't get the bubbles out. Here is the tray. Look at all that glitter in there. Oh my gosh. I don't even think putting, like, I put rhinestones on here yesterday, but I don't even think you would see them on this. I do have to trim the bottom. I poured it a little too high. But what do you think in the glitter? It's so pretty and so shiny. I might pull the rhinestones out and see if you could see them. Like, I don't want to go through all that trouble for no reason. So maybe we'll see. Let me think about this, and I'm gonna finish these up for sure, and I'll be right back. So what I did, I took my Tack-It Over and Over glue. I put a little on my table and took a brush and painted over all the green. I'm trying to figure out the bubble thing. I'm going to pour another one because I know my original that I cast it from is rough surface. And I'm wondering if that's where the bubbles are. If they're transferring over, then I'm not going to be able to sell the mold, and I don't want anybody to be unhappy with something. But my tree didn't do that, so I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to cast another one since I'm going to top coat this one. I'm just taking a little, actually, I think I'm going to take my brush. Might be easier. Going over the dry Tack-It glue and getting all those spots I didn't fill in very good. I'm gonna see if I can't get that off, then I'm not gonna top coat this. I'm not quite sure if I can get it off or not. I should be able to, but I don't know. But it is sticking fairly well. It's just a little bit better coat than I got right into the mold. I knew it was kind of hard to see it, and it transferred over. But again, maybe I'll just try now before I go too far on this. I'm just going to take some alcohol. And, oh, I just broke it. Come on. Let's Let's see if I could get it off because I really don't want that. Yeah, that'll come off. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish that. I'll do what I did yesterday. Use my coating resin, 4 tumblers, because that got done like really, really quickly, like in an hour. But I'm gonna pour another one. I think I'm gonna pour it in alcohol ink this time. And I'm gonna pour this exact same coaster and compare the two. And if the bubbles are in the exact same spot, then it's nothing that I did, then it's coming from my original, which I can't really do anything about that one, because it was a rough surface, and I'm thinking that's probably the problem. I hope it's not the problem. I hope it's me, because these would be a really cute set of coasters for people if they wanted to make the set, but don't want people to be unhappy, that's for sure. All right, that's done. I'm just gonna oh, this was what if you didn't see that video, so I took E6000 and I glued all my little things to the labels where I could still read the word, and that's what it'll be on there forever. Let me get this cleaned up. I'm gonna mix up some resin, 2 different kinds, same thing, the epoxy and then the top coating one, but let me get this all finished. I mixed up 2 ounces just to cover the surface. I don't want to waste resin if I don't need to. I pulled out my resin dyes this time, and I'm using Peacock Blue, which is like a turquoise kind of color. Now I'm going to do my best. I'm spraying this with alcohol before I pour it in, just so I know that I've done everything I can. I even have my heat gun out to I'm just going to put it all in. It doesn't even, I think it takes 3, so I'm only an ounce short. I don't need any little transparent extras for anything. So let's just get it all out for this. I hope it's something that I did wrong, because that's really going to stink. Now I'm just going to take my heat gun to pop those other bubbles. And I'm also going to try to get down in there, just to make sure there's nothing hiding that I don't see. I mean, we'll be able to tell from this one if they're in the same location. A bubble right there on that edge. There, I got it. That should do it. That'll get pretty much all the bubbles out as well that I couldn't see. Let's see here. Little piece of dust, not that it really matters because this has now become a trial piece, but you know, we might as well do it right if we're doing it. Because if it comes out good, then we can save it. And I want to see the difference. I'm glad I'm doing it this way actually, between the matte and the shiny on just one color, without painting it, because I haven't done that yet. All right, we're gonna move that out of the way. I'm gonna go mix up 1 more ounce. I only need ½ ounce, but I'm gonna mix up 1 ounce of my CC DIY, because that stuff sets up in no time, and will stop dripping when I want it to. All right, be right back. I mixed up 3/4 of an ounce, and I added crushed crystal to it to kind of hide that. So this stuff sets up in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. I'm just going to push it to the edges before I let it go over the edge. So if you missed yesterday, we're learning how to flood coat. Well, I know how to flood coat, but I don't know if you know how to flood coat instead of top coating. And the reason I'm doing that, and I covered the back in painter's tape. Then I trimmed around the edge first, because it's going to go over the edge and it's going to form drips on the bottom. Okay, now that I have it there, I do want it to fall over the edge. Maybe I'll just take my finger, rub it down the edge, let it go. And I did walk away, and I needed to fix a few spots after the fact with rhinestones. because it did kind of separate. I probably didn't have enough on there. Let me grab a paper towel here. So I'm just trying to get the sides shiny as well. Since I'm doing the top shiny, we're going to do the sides shiny. That's why we're flood coating and not top coating on these. So if the sides were shiny, I wouldn't be doing this, because you have to babysit this much longer than you have to for a top coat. So that looks good. I'm just going to grab a torch. And the torch is going to make it much more watery. So you only do that when you need to. That looks good. So that totally hid the bubbles. Like, you can't see them, which is great. So that was a great save. So the drips on the table we can use to put up here if we need to, if you ran out of resin. I'm just going to go around this edge and do this for the next 10-15 minutes until you can't really drip it anymore. And most likely I'll walk away and it'll happen again. But I can see these little spots. But I want to use this extra resin up on some extras too. So I'm going to rely on a few drips off the table if I need them. And what I mean by that is I'm just going to scoop it off of here and drip it back into the spot, because I'm getting a nice puddle right over here. And you can also scoop from underneath, because it's going to drip underneath, and get some of the resin that way too. So it's still kind of watery. I'm going to torch it one last time to get those bubbles out. I'm not going to torch it anymore because that just makes it more watery. I did pull out some glitter, Golden Rose Fine. It's really pretty pink. And I'm just going to make the rest into some pendants. Since I'm running low, I need some pendants. Something quick and easy, not too much finish work. Look at that color. Isn't that pretty? So we're going to make some gems. And these are going to cure really, really quickly as well. And these only take like 3 or 4 drops each. It doesn't take much. Yet they're really, really pretty on a necklace. Because not everybody likes big necklaces. So I'm glad that Rose sent these to me, because she gave me 4 of them. So when I wear one out, I will have 3 more to use. Okay, that's good. So like I said, right here I'm gonna grab another stick, maybe a dotting tool or something, scoop it up off the table, and I'm just gonna replace it right there where I saw that it was struggling to stay on. And I'm gonna do that for the next 15 minutes, and hopefully I will catch it all. All right, be right back. Time for second demolding. This turned out beautiful. I love it, even though it was a failure about 2 hours ago. So I still have the tape on here. I wanted to show you how I get it off, because I did not do that yesterday. And all these drips is what I expected around there. So I will show you how to clean that up. Made a magnet from this. I did not put anything around the edge because I love that color, shining. In fact, I made my mold out of that one. So we'll see how that one does maybe tomorrow if I have extra, see if it's just as nice as that one. Otherwise I'm going to keep this one because this one is perfect. I molded a glittered one, not probably the best idea because it probably has bumps in it, but we're going to find out. Made a magnet of that instead of a pendant just because I forgot. I put a pinch bail on that one. I did not highlight it because I thought that would probably go with somebody's outfit, so I didn't want to mess around with it too much. And then for the butterfly, I just added some rhinestones in some of those flower centers. That always turns out so pretty. Love that. Here is the gems. I put the pink in, remember? So I will put some flat back bails on all of these. The only one in this one I don't like is this football shaped one, because I can't get a flat back bail to align with that. So I don't use that one on here. You could always drill a hole, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not going to drill a hole. Not today anyway. So these are all going to just get some flat back bails on. Probably tomorrow. I don't have time to do that tonight, and you guys know what they look like with the bales. So those are all of them out of not very much. For the tray, I did put some large rhinestones at the center of each scallop. You can't see them that great, but I wanted to bling it up and put my little signature on it. That's the only thing I did to that, because I wasn't going to waste a whole bunch of rhinestones when you can't very well tell, because everything is super sparkling on this one. So that came out pretty with glitter. I'm glad you guys got to see it 3 different ways. Now, this is the question of the day. Is there bubbles in the mold? I do not see them in the mold. So, those bubbles somehow came from me, which is good. So now you guys can see it with alcohol ink, how it's transparent and then matte. What is that? Oh, it's just a line. So that's interesting, unless I don't see them because of the alcohol ink. That's a good question. I'm not pouring another one today, but that is a good question. I wonder if I needed mica powders in order to see all those little bubbles. So I will re-pour this on another day just to see. And I'm just gonna trim that up. And that's probably it. I'm not gonna do a whole lot to this one. This will be a giveaway probably. Okay, so for this, you're gonna want to get your tape started peeling off. Oh, well, I might not need my heat gun. Typically, I'll take my heat gun and warm up this edge. But if I don't need to warm it up, there's no sense in burning my hands to do this. Let's see if it comes off. Probably because I'm so quick after it's cured that it's just gonna come off. If you wait a couple of days, all you need to do is take your heat gun, heat up that edge. Doesn't matter how long it's been sitting there. I've done it after a couple of weeks on charcuterie boards, and peel it off that way. But since it's coming right off, probably because I just poured it a couple hours ago, it came right off. So there you go. You can actually put a cork on the back of this one, since there's nothing really to block. You can't really do it on that one because you will see it. That might make it look cool though. Oh no, I don't know if you're gonna see the cork side or not. Let me see what's on this side. It gave some texture to that turtle. Well, once it's on, right? Just gonna look under it. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's see what it makes the turtle look like. What's the worst that can happen? It looks terrible and I have to not give it away? That's not too bad. It actually gave a second dimension to that turtle under there. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna trim up that edge or sand it down or something. Got one little thing sticking up right there. There, it's gone. So let me get another coaster backing. And then that's it. That's the whole video today. There we go. Done. Easy peasy. Not a lot of extra doing anything. I didn't make any characters. These are the pocket hugs again. Those are super cute. That's it, you guys. All I gotta do is trim. All right, well, I'm glad you got to see it a couple waves. Again, we're gonna do this again because I'm really interested to know if those bubbles are in and only will be seen with mica powder. So I will have to pour this again. So we'll do that on another day. I will get you some pictures of everything close up so you can see them. Thanks for joining me. I will see you tomorrow on another cool video. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams, her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace, in her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story her colors tell. Faith and love in every part, Jesus guides her shining heart.